More now on Magic Monday, as it's been called, and that haul of medals for Team GB. 3 golds and 2 silvers on one day alone. And success was perhaps even more sweet for Tom Daley. The diver won his gold at the 4th time of asking, having previously missed out at Beijing, London and Rio de Janeiro. One of the first calls he made was to his one of his great mates and former teammate, Tonia Couch. Understandably, that medal featured pretty prominently during that is the FaceTime conversation that they've had. And Tonia joins me live now from Plymouth, where they both started out. Hi, Tonia, very good to see you. So I've got to ask you, what did he say in his FaceTime call?
Hiya. Oh, just that he couldn't believe it. He said he knows that it was so close, but he would never believe that it actually happened. So he was speechless for the first 2 minutes. It was so nice to speak to him today. And he showed me his beautiful medal. Yeah,
well, you've been with him and all the step of the way. I bet you'd love to have been in Tokyo. How did you react to when you saw that he'd finally done it?
I know, I wish I was there in the crowd, but I was at home, my alarm was set, there was no snoozing this morning, I was straight up, I was on the edge of my seat, I was jumping, I was screaming, and then I was crying. So yeah, brilliant to watch. Him and Matty Lee did super well today.
Yeah, it was a lovely moment. And you've known him, as I was saying, since he was very young. I mean, I think sort of 6 or 7 years old. You've dived with him as well. What will this mean to him?
Yeah, it's been amazing watching him grow over the years. I remember his first competition, he was just a tiny little boy, and now he's this incredible, well-known diver that finally got his Olympic gold. But yeah, I can imagine he got very, very teary, thinking about his dad, wishing his dad was there to watch him compete, and just the emotions of how hard he's worked for this gold medal. Fantastic. It was just beautiful to watch. I can't imagine there was one dry eye in that crowd.
No, and it's his 4th Olympics, probably, or maybe, you know, his last. He must have thought, you know, he'd never win Olympic gold.
I think that's probably what he kind of thought, but at the same time he wanted it that much, so that's why he carried on. Who knows what he'll do after, but he does have one more competition. He has the individual. So I can imagine the pressure has taken off a little bit. So now he can go in on Friday and Saturday and fight for his life.
Yeah, and a quick word on Matty Lee. I mean, he gets one at his first Olympics.
I know. Matty Lee, honestly, we cannot forget how well he done today. His first Olympic Games, standing next to someone that's very, very well known. Can you imagine the pressure he was under today? And the fact he held it together, he should be super, super proud of himself. And something Tom did say to me, actually, he said that Matty Lee this year has not been beaten. He won Europeans and he won World Cup. And now he's won the Olympic Games. So he has not been beaten this year.
Yeah, it's quite a night for him as well. And but for Tom, I mean, what an astonishing career. I was in Beijing in 2008 when he qualified as, I mean, I can't remember how old he was, but he was very young and the world went crazy. But he's dealt with fame and he's dealt with the high profile extremely well, hasn't he?
Oh, extremely well, extremely well. He has been in the public eye since he won that first medal at the age of 14 World Championships or World Cup. And he's handled it very, very well. So hats off to him. And the fact that being in the limelight all the time, can you imagine the pressure, the extra pressure he had? Like, luckily, I didn't really have that much pressure on me from around the world. So it was able to just get on with my thing. But yeah, the fact that he's handled it through each and every single competition, I can't even imagine how he feels.
Yeah, and eight or so years ago, I think it was, you know, he came out as gay, which he referred to in the clip we were showing earlier, and a big moment for him. And I see he said at the time, it stopped me worrying, it stopped me being scared all the time, and it just allowed me to be me. I mean, you know him so well. How big a deal was that for him?
It was a massive deal. It was worrying for him of what everybody's going to say, because you know what the internet can be like lately. There can be people saying nice things and there can be people saying horrible things. So I think that was more of a scare for him. But he had so much support from his friends, his family, and people that he didn't even know. So it was nice that he could do it and inspire people for feeling the same way.
And I mean, just sum him up for us as a performer and as a person?
Well, a performer, he is like a robot. He is just fantastic every single day in training, in competition. And as a person, he's so kind, he's so friendly. I've been with him when people are asking for a photograph in the middle of his meal, and yet he would never say no. He'll always get up and say, of course, even with his mouth full, you know. So he's just kind, he's funny, and he's loving guy. And he's just normal, very, very normal, down to earth, great. And I'm so pleased he got that medal today.
Yeah, and just very briefly, he's won European, World, Commonwealth, now Olympic. I mean, what do you expect him to do next?
Is there anything he can't do? That's the question. Is there anything he can't do? But fingers crossed, you never know. What if he became a double Olympic medalist in 2021? I know it's empty, but...
Yeah. Well, listen, Tonia, great to talk to you, and well done him. And thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.